rising and you're on the checklist. You can run, but you cannot hide. Your ending was close to it. Justice on your side. Your decision, your life has made it hard for you to survive. Count your chickens, accept your losses. You are the reason for the nails in your coffin. Shame, shame, I know your name. Last week we did the first 10 studio albums in the order that we love them the most. This week we're going to do 10 more records. And you're going to find out which one came in last.
I wonder.
There'll be a surprise.
Not that
Today on Podcast Rock City Live. What's up, everybody? Joe here from Podcast Rock City. And with me this week, Sonny Hollywood Pooney.
I like the new intro. The musician should be up front. That's good.
Yes. I switched things up a little bit. And down there is the man, the myth, the legend, Joey Casada.
Welcome to the #1 Kiss podcast in all the world, voted on by you, the fans. Thank you, everybody. Now, that is an intro worthy of us.
And right down there is the lovely and talented goddess of thunder herself,
Number
Lee.
one.
Hi, Lee.
#1 in the universe. The aliens love us.
Lee, that video of you transforming from yourself to the goddess of thunder, how many views did that get?
It's a TikTok, and it's at 37 million.
Wow.
And I don't know how many shares. I keep finding it everywhere, and I'm just like, why?
So cool.
It's because it's
Hilarious.
cool. Anyway, thank you guys for being here. Listen, before we get started, I want to remind you that we have a membership here. It's 99 cents a month, and every month we give something away with the money that we collect. This month coming up, February, we're going to give away a box of Demon cereal with another autographed picture from Dale Torborg, the Demon from WCW, and you can join just by hitting the join button that's next to subscribe. We have all kinds of stuff that's been given to us also from Kiss Haven, and some people sent me a message and said, hey, I saw a picture of your dog in an animalized outfit, and I said, okay, I'll show you where we get it. So it is at Kiss Haven. Look at all the different Kiss dog. That's a mini skirt, for God's sake.
Oh my God, a skirt. I love it.
So I like that, actually. I thought that was pretty cool. Love Gun. And so anyway, you guys can check them out, kisshaven.com. And thank you very much to those guys. They've donated all kinds of stuff to us, and we'll be giving it away through the year. Let's go ahead. There's a lot happening, and I want to talk about the news.
Podcast Rock City News.
So I saw a story somebody posted online, and it basically said, get ready for this one, Kiss almost charts a number one hit in America again.
Oh, boy.
Is that crazy?
It's amazing.
So Kiss enjoyed something of an unexpected resurgence in 2024, shortly after they split up for good. The group's single, I Was Made for Loving You, was used in the movie The Fall Guy, and it earned the Rockers another moment in the spotlight and was and what must have been a sizable sync fee. Let's see. Months after the film was released and I Was Made for Loving You bounced back on the charts, the song is still performing well. In fact, this week has turned out to be the biggest ever for the cut in one respect. It nearly earned their band their first number one on a tally they've never dominated before. So it was basically digital download, which I understand isn't, it's not like it was in the 70s or the 80s or even the 90s when you had to go out and buy a single, but still people taking the time to.
It's different now, Joe.
It is. You know what the crazy thing is?
To 2025.
It's easier to buy music now than it was. We actually had to get dressed, get in the car, drive to the mall or the record store.
I miss those record stores though, sitting there going through. Oh, so fun.
But Joe, that's not so when you're saying number one hit in that article, does it mean a Billboard number one, or is it?
That's what it said.
What is it referring to?
It's referring to the Billboard download chart.
Okay. Yeah, it's not on the Hot 100.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
Right. But still, I mean, that's a song that's been gone for how many years now, and this is what happens though. Movies can.
Oh yeah.
If a movie and that movie wasn't even a real big hit, was it? Have any of you guys seen it?
I saw it. Yeah, it wasn't a big hit, but it was all in that movie. I mean, look at Master of Puppets from a show. I mean,
oh yeah, that's true. Master of Puppets.
I heard it everywhere. All of a sudden, I'm like, wow.
I was afraid to watch it because I loved that show. So I love The Fall Guy, the original.
Oh, me too.
So I'm afraid to watch the movie because
go ahead. It was fun.
I better not ruin it. I didn't watch the new Roadhouse either. Same reason.
I know that Lee Majors and Heather Thomas are in the end of the movie. Spoiler alert. I know that they have a cameo or something. In the A-Team, there was a few of them in the A-Team too, which at the end, which I thought was pretty good. But yeah,
it was good.
I had the Heather Thomas poster where she was wearing the pink bikini, and I loved Heather Thomas. As a matter of fact, somebody that watches this show heard me say that one time and sent me a picture where they were hanging out with Heather Thomas. I was like, oh, I am so mad. Anyway, what about you guys? You hear any new Kiss news? Joey, you got something. What did you put out Friday?
Another song from Kiss Cancer Goodbye with Handsome Devils when we did Creatures of the Night album. Danger just came out, it's always back and forth, but it might be my favorite track on the album. I love that song.
I like the video too. I like the video too. They need to put more of you in it though. Screw the guys.
No, check it out. It's on the Creatures Fest Kiss Cancer Goodbye YouTube page. It's on my YouTube page. It's on my socials. Check it out. It's fun.
I'm telling you, the Handsome Devils need to be put on tour by Kiss or something. I mean, you guys are amazing.
Thank you.
So that's perfect and tight.
Look at that.
So fun doing those songs. I mean, just especially because they've never been done. It's not like doing, the same old stuff. It's stuff that no one's ever heard before. So it's cool.
Feeling it.
Rex Smetzer, thank you for joining our group here. Andrew White, thank you for joining. You guys are awesome. We totally appreciate it. Remember, you guys can just hit that button, join us 99 cents, and then when we're done here today, we're going to go and do another show only for members. And we got a little something to talk about, something that happened apparently with Ace in Las Vegas. What was the con? Days of the Dead? Days of the Dead. So we're going to talk about that. So there's your little tease. You guys decide. Hey, let's go ahead and get to the topic of the week.
Podcast Rock City Topic of the Week.
So last week we did the first 10 studio albums in row 10-1. Our favorite, our least favorite to your favorite, and I don't even know if you want to use least favorite. Just the one. It's just, I guess that's the way you put it. Yeah. Out of the 10, least favorite to favorite, and it was hard. This one wasn't so hard for me. I wound up blowing. I don't want to say that. Going through this and coming up here and I got mine done. Was it hard for you, Joey? This is a big time for you, right? No makeup, you love it.
Yeah, I mean, it really wasn't hard. It's funny, like the last few are very easy for me. The first few change a little bit, and then the middle are kind of easy for me too. But I think my list is pretty accurate throughout the years. This is how I would go probably for the last 10 years at least.
What about you, Sonny? Same thing?
There's 4 albums that deserve to be the bottom 4. My 10 has always been my 10. Then that top 6, there's 2 perfect albums for me. So it's usually the middle 4 that move around a little bit. So this is 80s to basically 90s Kiss is my jam.
And Lee, this is not your favorite era.
It's not. I love a lot of it though, but it's not my favorite. But yeah,
so it wasn't as hard for you.
Especially love my first 3 that I chose. Really like the albums a lot. So,
hey, before we get, I know this is kind of jumping around, but I wanted to mention something. When we were looking for video of Joey to put on the new intro, when he started this show, his hair barely touched his shoulders.
It's true.
Now it's down your back. Karen was like, "Look at Joey's hair." I was like, holy crap, that's a long time ago now. Pre-COVID time. That's oh my God, did I say that out loud? I'm sorry. All right, so let's go ahead and do this. I'll go ahead and start. I'm just gonna go Joey, Lee, Sonny, because he's gonna piss people off again. I'm just kidding. Number 10 for me, no surprise, Sonic Boom.
Really?
Yes, Sonic Boom, number 10. I will tell you that I've listened to it more recently but to me, I just have a hard time with it because it's too for me it's too tinny for me when I listen to it. It feels like I like the single that came off of it, but I'm not big on the rest of the music. It feels like they're all Kiss rejects, and they just said, throw all these songs on this record. Joe will buy it. Like, and I'm sure that's not what it was. I know that they put their heart into it, but for me, it just didn't work. Joey, number 10.
Yeah, to me, it's not even close. And when you say tinny, I think of this album. Monster is not even close to me, the worst Kiss album. Sonically, songwriting wise, I think it's just a thrown together half-assed attempt. I actually thought Sonic Boom was head and shoulders above Monster.
Wow. Interesting. Do you have a favorite song on Monster at all? Do you have a song on there that you like? I can listen to it.
Long Way Down, is that one?
Oh.
Sonny. All right,
but
Lee.
Stuff like eat your heart out, and there's so many cringeworthy moments.
The devil is me.
Back to the Stone Age there's some really cringeworthy moments on Monster.
Lee, like a Sonic Boom. What did that comment say there, Hector? Sonic Boom, Monster, and Psycho Circus are garbage compared to Lick It Up.
Well, we'll find everybody thinks that.
We're gonna find out.
No, they don't.
Lee,
Monster, number 10. I mean, I don't even know if I've ever listened to the thing. Maybe I should, but I don't know.
No, Lee,
don't bother.
I listened to it once,
Sonny, you're number 10.
My number 10, I can only tolerate 2 songs, and the rest, and I mean barely tolerate, and the rest is complete crap. Carnival of Souls.
Oh, man.
I would say it's one of the worst albums I own, but I own all the Dio albums, so I can't say that.
Hey,
oh, my
God. That's ridiculous.
You don't have to take your shit, Lee.
That's absurd.
Lee, this is what I want you to do right now. Hold your hand like this. Hold your hand like this. I'm going to crank it for you. Ready? Go. It goes.
Oh, yes.
Last week it
Look
was
out!
Ghost. Last week it was Ghost, and this week
And Black and Blue.
and Black and Blue,
Yeah.
and this week it's Dio.
Who thinks
All right.
Dio sucks? Like, really? I mean, honestly, you're crazy.
Not even in my top 100 bands. I have a top 100 list.
Okay.
Dio's not on the list.
I will tell you that I honestly cannot listen to him, and I don't
Really?
know why.
I love
yeah.
Dio.
Oh my God.
Well, see, that's the thing. Everybody's different, but like when I listen to Hearing Aid, you remember Hearing Aid?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I wish there was a way to take him out and put more of Jeff Tate in. But that's just me.
I love Tate
Sonny
too,
would
but-
take out Jeff Tate. He would take them both out. All right, number 9 for me is going to be Monster, and for all the reasons why everybody already stated. Joey, number 9.
Yeah, so mine and yours just flipped. Mine number 9 is Sonic Boom, but I do actually like Monster. I can actually say I do not like at all. Sonic Boom, I like. I like a lot of stuff on it. I loved when I first heard Modern Day Delilah. I said, Jesus Christ, this album is going to be incredible. I thought that song was absolutely fantastic.
What
The
about
rest
this?
of the record is definitely that's that's literally the worst thing ever recorded by Kiss. Those re-records are unlistenable. Please, if anyone's ever listened to those, go back and listen to them again. They are unlistenable.
Why would
The
you do
feel
that to
on those
people?
songs are so bad.
The DVD's cool. Do you think they put that extra stuff in there just because they knew people were going to be disappointed, or they put a
Maybe it had something to
concert
do with-
DVD? They
I
put
It had
a
something to do with
in
because
the-
it was a Walmart exclusive, right?
That's right. I
So-
think they were trying to put it at a price, and Walmart said, well,
We
you
need
got to
more.
put some more shit in it.
All right. Okay, that was Joey, right?
Yeah.
You did Sonic Boom. Lee, number
Sonic
9.
Sonic Boom. Never listened
Sonic
to it.
Boom.
I don't hate. I did listen to it a little more than Monster, and there's a few on there that are okay, but I just don't listen to it.
It seems like this is go ahead, Sonny. Hit us with your number 9.
My
Look how
number
he's
9.
smiling right now. You see
My
how he's
number 9
smiling?
is Monster.
Uh-huh.
Hell or Hallelujah is better than every song on Carnival.
Oh my god.
Wow. Yeah.
Carnival is unlistenable. I'm sorry. I have tried. It is unlistenable. It is almost the exact opposite of Elder in sound, and both sounds are unlistenable.
Hate is better than anything on Sonic Boom,
Oh my
Psycho
god!
Circus,
No way.
and Monster combined.
No.
Wow. Okay. All right. So that was number 9. Now we're going to get into where it really kind
Now we're
of.
getting into the meat.
Yes. Here we go. Now my thing is that this record, my number 8, I can listen to only recently. I've gotten more into it, but it still can't get past 8, and that is Psycho Circus. And I remember listening to it, and it was the first time ever putting a Kiss record on when I first put it on and went, that's not Peter and Ace. When I was a kid, they could pull that shit off. But when I was an adult, they could not. They could not pull it off, and I knew it. So Psycho Circus, my number 8. Joey?
Yeah, I'm with you. And I really do like Psycho Circus, but Psycho Circus is number 8 for me too. Same way that Sonic Boom started to. When I first heard Psycho Circus, I was so excited. Even though I knew it, like you said, I knew it wasn't Peter and Ace. I didn't know if it wasn't Ace. I knew it wasn't Peter. I thought the song Psycho Circus is absolutely incredible. Then it just goes downhill from there. And I do think, the whole lore of it not being Peter and Ace on the record actually takes away from the record for me. It hurts. At the time, I don't want to hear that they couldn't play anymore because the reunion, that whole first leg of the reunion tour, Peter and Ace were fantastic. They were great on that tour. They could have easily played on this record, and they just took the shortcut. Would it have been harder to track with them? Of course it would have been. You had pro musicians in the studio just tracking, these songs, so it made it a lot easier for you. But if they wanted to capture the real Kiss, they should have. And That's why Psycho Circus is lower than it should be for me.
I remember my mother. I was at the mall, and this was before I had a cell phone, and I was at work, and I grabbed the work phone and called my mom to see how she was doing, and she was like, "Joey, I wanted to tell you, I read an article. Ace Frehley is getting a good write up." I don't know why she sounds like Ace Frehley. I can't do New York. I should just let Joey say it. She said basically the article bragged on Ace. Out of all the members, it was really bragging on Ace and his performances. And I agree. If they should have done something a little sooner too, I think. Lee?
My number 8 was Carnival of Souls, because it didn't sound like Kiss to me. It sounded like grunge, and I never listened to it. Sorry.
Do you have any songs on that record that you like?
I don't even know the songs.
Wow.
You're lucky.
Exactly. I just thought it just sounded like grunge, like they're trying to go this different route, and I was just like, I don't know. I have it, but I just...
Sonny, number 8.
All right, before I get to my number 8, Steve had put a message. Was it money and contracts with Gene and Paul on Psycho Circus? Rumor is they paid him to stay away. So I don't think it was money.
Yeah, I think it's, I think it's one of those things where they would have they wanted to just record, like Gene did his songs, Paul did his songs. They had studio guys and they just ran with it. They didn't think that much about it. If they would have thought more into it, and I do think it hurts Kiss moving forward. I think it hurts the Psycho Circus tour. I think it hurts all of that, knowing it's not really a band anymore again. And I think if Gene and Paul would have put more thought into it, they would have had Peter and Ace play on it.
Yeah, and one last thought on that before I share my number 8. I think it also has to do with Paul and Gene they got the songs the way they want them. They don't want the feel or anything to change about them. And if they got two guys that are going to come in and start changing what their songs sound like, that's not going to work for them. So it's like, you know what? It's easier not to have you involved.
I couldn't agree. I think you hit it right on the nose, Sonny. I think that is what they're thinking. But I think in the same breath, they don't realize that Peter and Ace, even though they were maybe deteriorating at this point, their touch on those songs would have made the Kiss sound. For better or worse. Would the song have sounded not as crisp and clean? Probably. But there's a certain magic on Into the Void. Even though it's not my favorite song, it sounds like old Kiss.
My number 8 Psycho is Sonic Boom. I like Modern Day Delilah. I like Russian Roulette. There's about 3 or 4 songs that are pretty good, and I think Monster only has just the one good song. So Sonic Boom was my number 8.
These so far, I feel like everything's predictable. Let's see, except for Sonny's hit to the balls with I don't
Dio.
know how you did it. Carnival of Souls and Dio. Let's see, number 7 for me. Hold your breath. Hot in the Shade.
Wow.
I can listen to this record, but about 8 songs in, I start going, when is this going to be over? God. It's like 48 songs on a record. Who knew you could do something like that? And one of the songs is definitely I Hate Myself for Loving You. And when I looked it up, I can't remember which one it was, but when I looked it up, it's written by what's-his-face, Desmond Child. And so is I Hate Myself for Loving You. And when you listen to him, you're like, oh, that sucks. Anyway, all right, Joey, number 7.
This is going to be maybe a hot take, but my number 7 is Revenge.
Ooh.
What?
Just, I don't know, something about it. I liked it more when it first came out. I had a bootleg of it when it first came out. And right before the club tour, which, the Revenge Club Tour, which the album wasn't out yet, but I had it before the club tour. And I really was into Revenge for a little while. Over the years, it's something that I just never go back to. I never put on Revenge ever. There's a couple songs I like on it, but I'm never going to listen to Revenge.
I put it on more often than you would think, but
Yeah.
Let me ask you this, because I think that Revenge sounds like Kiss as much as Carnival of Souls does. They're both heavy.
And you are not listening to them right.
Okay, well, here's what I'm saying is, Revenge doesn't sound like Hot in the Shade. It doesn't sound like Hotter Than Hell. It doesn't sound like Love Gun. It's
and it
heavy.
doesn't sound like Carnival.
Well, I would say it's closer to Carnival than it is Love Gun.
I'm with you, Joe. I agree. I think Revenge and Carnival of Souls are sister records. And as you notice, I didn't
Don't hurt yourself.
Carnival of Souls is not on my list yet, so it's above Revenge. So I do think those two songs capture that period of the band pretty well. Carnival of Souls and Revenge are way closer together than Revenge and Crazy Nights.
Those are sister records like Avon Longoria and Roseanne Barr are sisters. Those are, come on.
They're sisters?
What?
Yeah, they are if those two records are.
Oh, have mercy. Lee, you're number 7.
Yeah, my number 7's the same as yours, Hot in the Shade. I went to the show and I thought the stage was cool as hell with the Sphinx or whatever it was, but I just couldn't get into the album much at all.
Where did you see them?
Up in New York, probably.
You were in New York still.
Yeah.
Okay. Sonny, number 7.
My number 7, Psycho Circus. Just compared to the other 6 records, it just doesn't do it for me. I don't care that Peter and Ace is not playing on there. To me, the recordings have to live forever, and if it was going to take forever to get it right, then I'd rather just have the record. So that part doesn't matter to me. But some of the songs are good, but then there's some that are just really bad. Really. Like there's 3 songs that are really bad.
Hit me with them. Hit me with them.
Yeah, which 3?
You wanted the best.
Like
yeah. And you got the best. Yeah. I don't like Journey of 1,000 Years. I know.
Oh, I love that one.
Amazing
that song. And then, dude, having Peter, do I finally found my way? Is just a kick to the balls. That's what that is. Don't worry, Peter. We don't want anything you wrote, but we wrote something for you that sounds like.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And again, I think that's where they missed the mark. I think that, they try to give Peter that ballad that God let Peter help write the song. It just didn't fit. It was force fed.
All right, let's see. Number 6 for me. Crazy Nights. I enjoy Crazy Nights, but it's one of those things that it doesn't get put on as often as I should put it on. And for me, I'll tell you this: I've been I got a new computer close to a year ago now, and I hadn't ever set up my iTunes because I had pretty much already everything on my phone. But when I got to this computer, everything went away. So I started putting stuff on it, and that's going to be an album that I think I hit a few more times. Let me show you. I pulled out a couple of things that I found in my CD collection that I wanted to show you guys. Things that I had that I never. You guys ever seen this?
Yeah, I have that.
Mm-hmm. I have it.
Yeah, is it an interview? It's like an interview, right?
Yeah, it's an interview.
And then I found this thing. This is the weirdest cover for a Kiss album that I've ever seen. You guys ever seen this right here?
No, I don't have.
What is that? I can't even make that one.
It's an interview. It's called Interview CD and Tell. And let me show you guys this. I think what was
happening is all these guys, maybe gals, were bootlegging all this shit off of media and putting it on CDs to sell on eBay. And jokers like us were buying this shit. That jokers how else would we get an interview that was done with Metal Edge,
right?
That they wrote up, but we don't have the audio.
Looks cool, Joe.
It's like a hologram.
Yeah, I see their faces in there.
And they make it cool enough to where you'd be willing to pay $20-$25. I got a bunch.
I don't think it was that much. But
Joe definitely paid over $100 for that.
Yeah.
He has 3 different copies. They're 3 different colors.
Yeah. This weekend is a record show around where Lee lives, and I'm gonna head out that way
Oh,
to
is
the
it?
record show.
When
That's
are
what
you
I
going?
heard.
I'll go.
I think it's Sunday. I'll send you the deets. Look at that, the deets. Let's see. Number Joey, you're up. Number 6.
My number 6 is Carnival. I think it's just I go to it slightly more than Revenge. There's some clunkers on it, but the stronger stuff to me, I just gravitate towards more. I like the record. Do I love that they? Yeah, I said it a million times on the show. I like that Kiss changes over the years. I don't want to hear 35 Love Guns. I'm glad I have the other. I'm glad I have Carnival of Souls.
Oh, that's awesome. I just love Carnival of Souls, so we'll get into that later. Lee.
My number 6 is Crazy Nights. There's some good songs I like on there, No, 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 and Deep in the Night, and so I do like Crazy Nights.
I think No, No, No is a definite.
I like the
like
song Crazy Nights. It's fun too.
Oh yeah. It's a standout for.
Yeah.
I like No, No, No. It's a standout for Bruce. It's like, his eruption and and it's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I do know that I remember some friends of mine, or for that matter ours, did an interview with Chris Jericho, and he complained about Crazy Nights, the song. Basically, he was like, this is a song for everybody, that he said it made him feel like he was listening to John Cougar, a little ditty about and ever since I saw that interview, I can't get away. It's stuck in my head forever. Sonny, number 6.
All right, so from here on out, what ends up happening is I got 3, 4, 5, and 6 all have one shit song on them, and then there's 2 perfect albums for me. So at number 6, there's a shit song on there, and there's 2 that just are completely meh. So I got Hot in the Shade at number 6.
Hot in the Shade. Interesting.
How many shit songs are on there, did you say?
I hate Boomerang.
Okay.
And I don't really like Betrayed. And send the hate mail, because I don't like Little Caesar.
Oh boy.
You're
speaking ill of the Dead a lot tonight. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Never liked it.
Now that we are officially voted on universal wide, the number 1 Kiss podcast in the world, universe, galaxy, can we please use the money that Gene and Paul are paying us to get rid of Sonny? God, I mean,
I am under contract. I have a contract.
How long is it?
10 years.
40?
No. Well, what are we up to? It's got to be almost 10.
re-upped a year ago.
No, he didn't. Joe, is that true?
I'm sorry. Anyway, all right. So let's see. We're at number 5, right?
Yeah.
For me, number 5 is Revenge. I love that record, except for the fact that I cannot listen to Gene Simmons a bit. I just
I like that.
It's awesome.
I cannot get through. I think that the a couple of the songs, when you're listening to them, like the one Paul wrote about Samantha Fox, is
Which
very.
one?
It's the one. Apparently, it's the one where he's talking about you took my phone calls,
Joe?
And I can't think of the name of it.
Jesus Christ! Is it
He
anything
sold
for my
him
baby?
to the BBC.
Oh.
Yeah, Heart of Chrome. Is it Heart
Yeah.
of Chrome? I think that's it. Yeah, that's personal when you listen to it. And anyway, yeah. So Revenge number 5 for Joe. Joey number 5 is going to be.
My number 5 is a tough one because the songs I love on this record are some of my favorites ever. But there's a few clunkers that I just can't get past, and that's Animalize. To me, this may be Paul at his best, because Paul's songs on Animalize to me are perfect. You got I've Had Enough, Heaven's on Fire, Get All You Can Take, Thrills in the Night. Some of the greatest, to me, the greatest Paul songs ever. But then I do like, and I love Burn Bitch Burn. I think it's the one Gene song on there that's good.
So good.
The other 3 Gene songs to me are almost unlistenable. Murder in High Heels, Lonely as the Hunter. That stuff is real tough to get through. So that's the only reason why it's not higher on my list. But the Paul songs on Animalize are incredible. While the
Lee,
City
number.
Sleeps. Ugh.
Yay.
It's funny.
Number 5.
Number
You
5.
ain't great, Jared. Under the Gun ain't great. Jared ain't great. Get this. Put him with
Jared.
Sonny put him in the bathroom with Sonny.
All right, so my number 5 is Asylum. I just think there's some good. I like All Night so much. I just Secretly Cruel. There's some great songs on there.
Yeah, I love that record too. Let's see. Sonny, 5.
My number 5 is Animalize, exactly for the same reasons as Joey, except for I actually like Lonely as the Hunter. But While the City Sleeps, yay, and Murder in High Heels. Those 2 are fucking awful.
No, they're
and
not.
they're back to back. Like you
I
end
know.
the album so poorly. It's
You
like,
just pick
oh
up
no.
the needle, you're done.
Lee, I love when Lee defends her boy. She just like those songs are. She's like,
They're hilarious.
No, they're
they
not.
make me smile. I can't.
Murder.
They're funny.
Lee, the chorus of Murder in High Heels is maybe the worst chorus in Kiss.
But it makes me laugh. So.
Oh no. I could think of 2. Anything for my baby.
Oh, don't
come
start
on,
with
Joe.
anything for my baby.
Yeah,
I would say it's one of the worst choruses
yeah.
ever written, but I've heard Saxon songs.
Ever
So-
written.
Sax. This is going to be something. This is going to go on now for a while. Number 4 for me is going to be Carnival of Souls. I actually love this record, and I love it because I separate it. I know it's Kiss, and I know that what they were trying to do. I love the heaviness of it. I don't. To me, it doesn't sound like Alice in Chains. It just sounds like heavy Kiss to me. And so to me, Alice in Chains, I just bought Dirt the other day on vinyl, and you listen to that, it doesn't sound anything like Carnival of Souls.
Yeah, it's just good.
I just wish sonically it sounded more like that, Joe. I think I agree. I think the songs and Kiss's performance on Carnival is great. I just think sonically it sounds like garbage. I wish it sounded more like the Alice in Chains records, because those I don't like Alice in Chains at all. I don't like the songs, but sonically they do sound better.
So let me ask you this. So the story is Eric and Bruce finished that record, right?
I can't. You mean with the mix and everything?
With all that stuff, with everything.
I
highly
doubt that.
You know what? I'll tell you what. Jody and I interviewed Toby Wright. I'll go back and listen to that interview. We had him at the Rockin' Pod a few years back. I'll go back and I'll post that online so you guys could all hear it, and we'll see if we'll see what he said.
It's funny. Bruce just did a new interview he posted today. It's actually a really long interview, really cool, a lot of good stuff in there. If anyone hasn't read it yet, it's on Bruce's socials. But he talks about Carnival a lot in there, and he says how he wishes the final product was more like the rough mixes that he had, which was way, way more powerful. And then something happened in the final mix. Everything got really dry and compressed, and it just never sounded good. He wishes there was a remix of that.
The one song on it that I have a hard time getting through is Bruce's song. Sonny, on the cruise, he played that, right? He played that live when we were there?
He might have, but I might have went to the bathroom. I love you, Bruce, but dude, I don't need you singing. Just
nobody wants that.
I love you.
Joey, number 4.
No, didn't I just? Oh yeah, I'm up to number 4. Yep. So mine's Hot in the Shade. This is the opposite of my number 1. This album I absolutely loved when it first came out, and it just didn't age that well over time. Just because I never go to it a lot. That's what I find. To me, when it ages well, I wind up going to it more often. Hot in the Shade went backwards for me. I don't go to Hot in the Shade that often. There are a lot of killer tracks on it, but I just don't find myself necessarily gravitating towards it.
Yeah. Lee, number 4.
Number 4, I have Animalize.
Whoa.
There's some good. I like Burn Bitch Burn and stuff like that. Those 3 albums, like, Crazy Nights, Asylum, and Animalized are pretty close together for me. So
No, I get it.
I know we'll put them on the same line if I could. So,
Sonny.
All right, so my number 4, there's one shit song that I don't like. And then there's one song I'm burnt on because of how they play it live. So my number 4 is Lick It Up. I cannot stand Dance All Over Your Face. I think it's dumb.
What?
And I am sick of the Who Is Pooh in the middle of that fucking Look It Up song. So
no, but that's not on the record.
I don't care.
What?
It ruined the song for me.
When they do the Who middle.
When they do the Who
live
thing in there live.
Oh,
why did
you even counting that in
for 2 years?
Why are you counting?
Why did they have to do it?
I'm sorry, but we've talked about that on the show. That is a good question. Why did they continue doing that?
22 years.
Yeah.
Why?
Maybe we should ask Gene next time.
They still think it's spontaneous. 22 years.
Yeah.
We're gonna shout.
Wow, look, this is jamming on the Who.
Whoa. Oh my God, that's pretty funny. Now we're at 3, 2, and 1. You ready? Number 3 for me is going to be Animalized. I mean, the last 3 records I have are very hard for me to put in order, but Animalized snuck in there. Even though when Live Uncensored came out, it really made me listen to Animalized more than I probably ever had. But still, with the last 3 records, Animalized falls in number 3. Joey.
My number 3, again, my top 3, I absolutely love all 3 of these records. My number 3 is Asylum. Just because, not for any reason other than there's a couple songs on Asylum I don't like as much as my top 2. Stuff like I'm Alive, I don't love. Love's a Deadly Weapon, I don't love. I like them. They're both good songs, but not something I'm always putting on. But the strong songs on Asylum are just, as strong as anything Kiss has ever done.
Lee, 3.
Well, this has been getting a lot of hate today, but I love Psycho Circus, so there.
Oh, number 3.
Wow.
Now,
I was so happy when it came out. I didn't know. I couldn't even tell Ace and Peter weren't on it till I found out later because I'm stupid like that, apparently. But I love Within. I love Journey of 1,000 Years. I loved it. And I went to 3 Psycho Circus shows.
They didn't even come to Atlanta. They didn't even come to Atlanta for that.
I was up in New York, so
yeah, they didn't come to Atlanta, so that's the tour I did not see. Sonny, number 3.
My number 3 has a waste of a song and a song that just didn't need to be on there. Revenge. I think God Gave Rock and Roll to You is stupid. That didn't need to be there. And I don't need Car Jam 81. Otherwise, I understand why they did it, but I don't need it.
Sonny, are you like me when you first heard Car Jam? Did you immediately go, that's off of Ace's record?
Yeah, I'm like, that's an Ace song.
Yeah.
What's going on?
That's how I was.
But then I went to the Ace record and I'm like, oh my God, Eric Carr has writing credits on Ace records? Like, I didn't even know that.
So apparently the original had Ace playing on it. And then I guess Bruce dubbed over the top of that. What do you guys think? Do you think that they should have left Ace in there doing it?
I think I could be wrong. I think Ace is still on some of the rhythm stuff. I think Bruce probably overlapped the rhythm and then did the solo. Yeah, I think Ace is still on that. I could be wrong. I don't know.
Okay. Let's see. Number 2. That's where I'm at, right?
Yep.
Lick It Up. That's a really great album. I mean, I get everything Sonny's saying about Lick It Up, and I kind of feel the same way. But I could put that on anytime and listen to it, enjoy it front to back. Joey.
My number 2, again, my number 1 and number 2 could be interchangeable. My number 2 is Crazy Nights. Love, love, love the record. There's a song on it that I really don't like, which makes it number 2 and not number 1, and that's When Your Walls Come Down. Just, God, what a clunker to me. I understand that what they were going for, but it just never hit home. But the other stuff on it, I'll Fight Hell to Hoe You, My Way, the title track, even Bang Bang You, and, Hell or High Water, Gene stuff on there is great too. But Walls Come Down is just a clunker for me. So only reason why it's not number 1.
Lee, number 2.
My number 2 is Revenge. I loved it when it came out. I think that's their best look with the non-makeup. And I loved the album. It was fun and hard. It was heavy and I loved it. Unholy, come on.
I think for that record, they got the perfect drummer to take Eric Carr's place. And of course, none of us knew the story that Paul tells in his book about Eric Singer doing the tour with Paul, the solo tour, and then Eric walking up and saying, "You're going to replace me in Kiss." None of us knew that, but the first time I heard him on the drums, I was impressed.
Singer's not on that whole record. You know that, right? That's not Singer on the whole record.
I did not know that.
Yep. I think Kevin Valentine's doing at least 3 tracks on that record. And I think Take It Off is one of them, but I don't know the other 2.
Oh, I didn't know that either.
Yeah. I'm 99% sure of that.
Huh.
Sorry. Oh, yeah, but what just happened? What just happened? Sonny, you're up, right? Number 2.
Yeah, my number 2 is the same as Joey's, Crazy Nights. To me, it's a perfect album. I would say my least favorite song on it is When Your Walls Come Down, but I love the song. And I don't mind the production. I don't care. I was into all of that style of music when it came out. So it just kind of hit home, right? It fit on the menu, fit everything that was going on. And How Reason to Live was not a number 1 song. I will never understand that in my life.
It's because the name attached to it was Kiss.
Yeah.
If the name attached to it would have been Bon Jovi, it would have been a hit. And that mostly because MTV would have played the video more. The only time you ever got a chance to see it was if it was in a countdown of some sort.
Reason to Live got almost no, it wasn't that wasn't a number 1. It got almost no traction, right?
It did okay. It was single digits on the Hot 100, I think.
Oh, it was? Okay.
I think so, but I'm not positive on that.
I remember seeing Kiss in town, and they were getting ready to play Forever, and Paul Stanley, I believe, the number 1 song at the time, he made fun of the people singing it. He was like, "What the hell," or "What the fuck is a Milli Vanilli," or something like that. I believe that's what he said. Anyway, so my number 1 record is Asylum. To me, it's almost perfect. I would say the only thing that bothers me about it really isn't even the music. It's more the cover. It's another one of those ones that didn't feel very thought out. It just felt like take a picture, throw it up, color it in. It's trendy, go. But all the videos that came out for that was the way a band's supposed to push a record: put out a single, put out a video, let the fans take it and run with it if they love it, But yes, and Asylum is my number 1.
And
Joey.
I think Asylum is loved more today than it's ever been. I think Asylum, and maybe because I think Bruce's band plays some of that stuff, which made it even more accessible hearing some of those songs live. But I think Asylum today is probably way more well received by Kiss fans than it was ever before. You guys think that?
There's a good chance of that. What you're saying is true. When you see Bruce live, especially when he was on the cruises, there was a lot of that.
Yeah.
That's his era, though.
Yeah, and it's technically his first real album, right?
Yeah,
even though he's on a couple other ones, but I think that helps. But I think Bruce had a lot to do with that.
Joey?
Yeah, my number one, again, this is the opposite of like Hot in the Shade, fell off the charts for me a little bit. As I grew up. Lick It Up is the album that got better to me over the years. Every year it gets better and better. Even more this last year. Obviously, I got to play all of Lick It Up last year with Handsome Devils at Kiss Cancer. So Lick It Up, to me, it's really a phenomenal record. And even though Carnival is a heavy record, Lick It Up is Kiss's heaviest record, I think. I really do believe that. Carnival is a different type of heavy. It's a grunge heavy. Lick It Up is metal. Exciter, Young and Wasted, Fits Like a Glove. Those songs are not for the innocent. Those are they're metal-esque, Maiden, Priest type songs. And then you have, Million to One. The song Lick It Up, is so played out, but on the actual record, I understand the live version, Sonny, you get that sour taste in your mouth, but if you listen to the record, the song Lick It Up is phenomenal.
Lee, number one.
Also Lick It Up. I mean, there's really not a song I skip on there, and
Me too.
One of my favorite non-makeup songs is on there, Young and Wasted. I mean, I love that freaking song.
Yeah, that is.
Give Me More might be the only song that I kind of skip.
Mm-hmm.
Sonny, numero uno.
My favorite Kiss record is Asylum. Always has been. It was the first time I saw them live. I was listening to Rat and Maiden and Scorpions and Motley and Bon Jovi and Dokken and Malmsteen, and it basically was the same. It was of the same. What Gene looked like and what the cover looked like, blah, blah, blah. If you go back, 84, 85, 86, as metal is turning into hair metal, I think not everybody had quite figured out what the makeup was going to look like. And when Bon Jovi went from like Theater of Pain type makeup to like girls type, more motorcycle cop type thing, then I think it got more, a little more jeans and t-shirt, a little more leather. The Scorpions and Maiden and all those guys were probably weren't wearing makeup, but they also weren't American, right? It was kind of an American thing coming off the New York Dolls and all that kind of stuff. So I don't really care about all that. I think Gene looks like shit when I see him in pictures from that era, no doubt. And I think the other three pull it off actually pretty good. But Gene looks so terrible until basically Unholy shows up. Gene looks like shit.
Well, he looks like the coffee talk lady on Saturday Night.
Yeah. They got a little better in Hot in the Shade, but
Crazy Nights, he looked pretty good.
He looked okay. He still had kind of there's a lot of sparkly going on still.
Revenge fit Gene really great to me. His non-makeup Revenge look.
It was really hard. That's a really hard one. The poor Gene. That's all I'm going to say. So listen, I want to show you guys something real quick. I know you were just mentioning the Scorpions, and it's true. They were not wearing makeup and everything, but at one point, there was
the short shorts. Shorts. There you go.
I can't do that. I can't.
I hear they're doing a movie.
The shoes.
Forget about you can't do that. The guy kneeling next to Klaus, like, come on, dude. What are you doing?
Joe, can we recreate that look for the new cover of the show?
Only if I'm the guy not in the picture.
I heard they're doing a bio movie or something.
Yes, I did hear about that. Yeah, Netflix, I think.
That'd be cool.
Is doing the same thing. All right. Well, this was a lot of fun. Hopefully we didn't disappoint too many of you guys out there. Listen, there's a few minutes left.
Uh-oh.
Right, Lee?
No.
There's a few minutes left. So I think that we should do
stuff we grew up with.
Hey.
I thought Joe was moving a little quick today.
Well, here's the thing. The thing that I picked for stuff we grew up with, I couldn't remember if we'd already talked about it because I don't write it down.
Boy.
But it's a coincidence that we were talking about one of the actors earlier, and that is.
Oh yeah.
Didn't we do this?
No,
I don't remember.
I don't think we did $6 Million Man.
No.
I had the toys.
With the eye? Would you look through the eye?
Look through the eye.
Well,
It did
I
not.
did
I
too.
would hold it up and go.
I met Lee Majors at a convention.
Did you?
Yes, he was so nice.
That is awesome. I know that I literally stood at a comic book convention on the phone with Joey going, I can get you the Bigfoot. It's $800. Do you want it? You have to pay me back, but I'll get it. And you were going, do not spend $800 on Bigfoot. It's not in the package.
Why would I want the Bigfoot, Joe?
Because it's Andre the Giant.
Of course.
So there were spin-offs, okay? So besides the Bionic Woman, there was a Bionic Dog.
Show?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. And
I don't remember that at all.
I'm gonna tell you, I think as a show, I hate to be the person to do this. As a show, I think the Bionic Woman was a better show.
Wow.
I don't know, man. Not without
No, I know without gotta have the org. You need him. But I always thought that the show was better, especially like when they did the the crossovers and stuff. But I don't know.
There was a lot of crossovers of those shows. You ever notice that? There's a picture of the Bionic Dog. It's a video. I don't want to play it, but
so it had its own show.
This was a show or like an episode?
Bionic.
Because that's Lindsay Wagner.
No, it says. Okay, so I'm incorrect. It says the Bionic Woman almost spun off the Bionic Dog.
Yeah.
Okay, but can you imagine that? Can you imagine the Bionic Dog? And he had one eye.
Have to lead out. Yeah, I mean that's a hard one.
Instead of that,
tell you, I loved the $6 Million Man. I loved the Bionic Woman. I thought they were great shows. What I really loved about it was unique. It was creative. Like somebody actually came up with something that I'm like, okay, that we won't see again in this kind of form, or it will be much bigger than what this is. But the origin of the original story that this person came up with in their mind is amazing.
Yep.
And, for back then, too, the way they did the graphics and stuff, the animation, the way they did and how many times have you done this as a kid?
Yes.
And
I still do it.
Do something when you're running fast,
Yeah.
actually be in slow motion. It's genius. Because you can't do the fast one because there was no technology to do it back then, but it worked so well.
The thing about they had a lot of toys too. Remember you could peel back the arm and you could see like the computer things under his arm. Yeah. I think you could take it out too, couldn't you? Take it out, and then I know that there was a space capsule, and then I had something else, but I don't know. I don't think it was a space capsule. It was like a tube that opened up that you could put them in. I guess.
Yeah, the white tube. I had that.
Yeah, I had that too. As a kid, I didn't have a shit ton of toys, but for some reason, I had that one. I also had a Dukes of Hazzard card that only backed up and went to the right.
It was great because you could have the Bionic Man, battle Kiss because they were the same size action figures. So it was great.
Yeah.
And I will tell you, over the years, all the superhero movies and blah, blah, I saw many, 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 many of them. And a lot of them were done well.
Oh, Willie, that's awesome.
But the same feeling I had about the Bionic Man, about the $6 Million Man, I felt again when I saw the first Iron Man. I'm like, man, whoever wrote this movie wrote it really, really well. The casting was perfect, and we already knew the story. Yeah, okay, that's written by somebody else kind of thing. But the film was done so well. I'm like, oh my God, this is fucking awesome.
I agree.
The Bionic Watermelon? What the hell was wrong? You want to know something else? If they make that show today, you can't buy shit for $6 million. You definitely
right. You're getting
you can get this fucking shitty Kiss live album with a poster that's folded up. You bought it the other day.
Jesus.
This is the record I bought.
Yeah.
But I got to tell you, of all the shows to redo, you know, we just talked about the Fall Guy, right? Who Lee Majors was in. All the stuff they've done over the years, and Dukes of Hazzard, and every remake under the sun they've done, they've never attempted $6 Million Man, Bionic Woman, none of that stuff, which is surprising to me.
They will give them time. They can't come up with anything new.
Like the A-Team movie was good, but I don't know if they could run it as a TV show again.
No, I agree. It wasn't as good. The TV show was great.
And the new Magnum's just horrible. Like, why?
It's okay. The new Hawaii Five-0 was good, but the Magnum was okay.
You can't replace Bellick.
I think the movie studios think like this, and unfortunately, I have to read into them so many times, but I think they think into it like, okay, we'll do a Fall Guy movie. The people who loved Fall Guy back in the day will probably go see it. They probably won't like it because it isn't what they know, but they'll go see it. But also, all the new people out there won't know anything about the old show, so it looks like a new movie to them. So they kind of hit two markets with one. I think that's what they do.
And it's got Ryan Gosling.
So I will tell you that my girlfriend's daughter just came out of school learning to be a animator. And she had to take a lot of classes on movies and making movies and all this stuff. And basically, when I said something like Joey just said, she said that's not what she was taught. What she was taught was brand new ideas are not making money in the theaters right now. And it's just right now. It's like, the movie that won the Oscar for best movie, either a year ago or 2 years ago, Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Who's seen it? Okay. So when did you see it, Sonny?
I saw it on cable. It's not good. I didn't like it.
It's okay.
I loved it.
It's whack. It's a whacked out movie.
Yeah.
It's wacky. You want to see a movie where a guy basically has a bowling pin stuck up his ass while he's doing ninja fighting with somebody else? Joey's like, now I got to see this movie. What the hell?
Sounds good to me.
And they blur it out too, like through the whole thing, so you can see the guy and he's fighting, but he's got this thing sticking out of his butt. It's the funniest and most bizarre movie. Anyway,
going back onto that subject. Go ahead, Sonny. I'm sorry.
I think what happens is these movie moguls or whoever they are, the companies, they're looking at stuff going, that's aged well. That will still sell today. Put a modern spin on it. Like, you're not going to be able to do Red October again because nobody gives a shit about that anymore, right? That was big in the 90s, but the movie's great, but it's not aged well to where my son's going to watch it and go, oh, that's a great movie, right? You're going to have to do something else with that. So I think what happens is people loved it for X reason. Those X reasons exist today. Let's give them their movie of the same, because they're not going to watch their parents' or grandparents' movie, right? Like when The Little Mermaid changed, dude, I got a friend that freaked out that The Little Mermaid changed. I'm like, lady, this Little Mermaid ain't for you. You already have one. This is for the new generation.
Right.
Unfortunately, I think it's even to the effect of, it's the same old situation that happens throughout pop culture. In the 80s, the hair metal bands were big. So what did every record label, what did every executive sign? They signed the new hair metal bands, watered down the market. And why did they sign them? Because there's no risk. So I think in today's market with these executives at all these networks, and trust me, I deal with this every day with networks. People are terrified of losing their job. And it's the truth, because every executive, every company that I've dealt with in the last 10 years has turned over minimum 4 times. Minimum. Every executive, everyone that works in the creative part of the company is long gone, replaced, long gone, replaced. And the cycle keeps continuing because people are just scared to make decisions. People want easy product, but easy product doesn't sell. You're not getting big movies, based on the Fall Guy is never going to be the blockbuster. It's going to be the movie that's new, that's fresh. Not that Iron Man and the Marvel movies were fresh because the stories were told a long time ago, but they were. At the time when these came out, no one thought that Marvel movies would be a success. They always thought Marvel could never do movies, but they took the chance. They made their own studio to do these movies the correct way, and they became the biggest movies probably ever. So it's all about taking a chance, I think, and companies just don't want to.
Yeah, there's a new Suits coming out. So Suits, if you've ever watched the TV show, was out 5 or 6 seasons, did really well. Loved the show. It's been now a couple of years, and they're going to bring it back as Suits LA as a spinoff. Mm-hmm. And the guy who was the Green Arrow, the guy who played Arrow, he's going to be the lead, right? And they got the right guy, and I'm stoked. I can't wait till the new thing comes out because it'll be connected to the thing I loved already. And that's probably easier to get me than to go try something brand new.
Yeah.
Well, I'd say one of the best new movies I've seen in a long time is The Substance. I've seen it 3 times. It's so good.
I haven't seen that. I never even heard of it. Is it a scary movie?
Demi won an award already for it.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
You gotta watch it. It's so good.
I will check it out. All right, listen. Thank you guys for being here. First of all, I want to tell you guys all that share the show during the week. Thank you. I did just see Larger Than Life Media on here. You guys are awesome. You've been sharing all our stuff. There's been some people posting lots of stuff on our Facebook page. We really appreciate that. Check out the Larger Than Life Media. Anytime somebody goes ahead and shares the show, like their page or like their friend them. Because we're all connected when it comes to KISS. Sonny, do you have anything to add?
Thanks for listening. Go Asylum.
Yikes. Joey.
Yeah, shameless plug. My new issue of my comic book series, The Chicken Monkeys, is out right now. Issue 3. It's on Amazon. You can just type in Joey Quesada, Chicken Monkeys. It'll come up. Little quick fact, the cover artist is the same art. His name is Kevin Conrad, good friend of mine. He's also the artist for Kiss Psycho Circus, all those issues. And he also plays Eric Carr in a Kiss tribute band. So he's one of us, incredible artist, works for Marvel, does some incredible stuff. So check out, if you like Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, splash with the little Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That's what this is about.
Cool. And you can get it on Amazon.
On Amazon. Yep. All 3 issues are there.
You wrote that?
Yep, me and my buddy wrote it.
Cool.
We have an outside company do all the art, and Kevin, like I said, did the cover.
Oh, awesome.
Amazing. Lee?
Oh, this was fun. Thanks, everybody.
Yes, and we'll see you guys next week.
Psycho Circus.
And listen, a couple of things. Don't forget, all you guys that are part of our membership plan, we're getting ready to go do another show. So you can go ahead and skedaddle, and we'll see you over there. And then the YouTube show is up there. It says members only. And I will tell you guys that there is a rumor out there that there's about 10 copies of that new comic book floating around my town because they were delivered to the wrong address.
Oh, no.
That is true. I ordered 10 proof copies to see, and for some reason I accidentally sent them to Joe's old address.
Oh,
so
no.
if anyone has 10 copies of this floating around, have fun.
Wow.
Anyway, you know what I'm going to say? We love KISS, and we love KISS podcasts, and you're going to hear the commercials for all the ones that we love right after this in 3, 2, 1. Peace.